All right, what's up, guys? I hope you all had a good weekend. You guys have probably been crushing it doing whatever self improvement things that you guys are onto right now. Me personally, I've been going on walks and enjoying my time away from the charts this weekend since it's good to get a break sometimes. But you clicked on this video because you're having an issue executing your trades. Now, I've been there. I've done that. I know how it is. It sucks. It's living hell on earth. You know your setup works and you've maybe even seen wins and you've made money, but at the same time, you cannot get yourself to click the buy or sell button consistently. This is a horrible place to be, but there is a solution. Now, first, we have to understand why we're here. And it's not by chance, it's not because of something else, it's simply our fault. The way we've been living our lives has conditioned us to not want to take risks. Whether it's trading too big, having big losses in the past, maybe losing your job or getting bad grades in school, whatever has happened to you, it has led to this moment right here where you aren't comfortable risking money on a trade. So, in order to fix this, you have to realize that losses are going to happen and they are a part of the game and they are good. Every loss you make, every mistake you make, you simply just look at yourself and you say, okay, what went wrong and what can I do better next time? What went wrong and what can I improve upon? Right? It's literally a learning opportunity. If you don't have mistakes, then you're not getting better. So you should be happy that you're making mistakes. You should be fortunate that you're even able to make mistakes in the first place. That's number one, is realize that mistakes help you and that they actually are important for trading. Step two, if you're having an issue pressing the buy or sell button, it's because there's too much friction in your trading. And by friction, I mean the amount of work it takes to do one action and turn it into another action. So if I'm here, right, and I'm looking at the charts and I'm seeing the candlesticks go up and down, fluctuating, it's super volatile, and we retrace into equilibrium and we shoot back up and my entry appears, right? I'm here. I'm watching that happen. The amount of friction from here to here where I'm in the trade has to go away. It has to decrease. And there's a ton of different ways you can do this. The most simple and easiest way that I've done this is simply removing all distractions in the background, finding a nice quiet place to trade, and turning all the tabs off on my computer and just having the trading screen open, right? And then no matter what your trading system is, if it has to do with indicators or not, simply just realize that I'm trading this one index or this one pair, whatever it is. I trade futures, so I'm trading this one index, right? I'm on NASDAQ, and I'm realizing that all the little stocks going up and down on the side of my screen, get rid of those. I'm just looking at NASDAQ. And when that happens, right, when that setup shows up, you just have to press the button. And that sounds really, really hard to do, right? Really hard. It still sounds super hard because you've already removed all the distractions in front of you and you've already realized that mistakes are going to improve yourself, right? So even if you do press it and lose, it still helps you. And you've taken away all the distractions. Now it's time for step three. And step three is probably the hardest step of all, not because it's inherently hard. It's actually very easy to do. It's mentally hard. So, going back to your past, if you've had a view on money where money is scarce and it's hard to come by and you have to work hard and long hours to make money, right? If you come from a background where you understand that, then it's going to be very hard to jump over this hurdle. And this hurdle is simply realizing that you have to lower your risk. And it's going to suck because if you've taken wins before or if you've backtested, you've realized that you can enter this trade on this account and risk $1,000 and then make $2,000, right? $2,000 is a good amount of money and you're happy when you win that money. That's the key word, happy. You should not be happy when you win a trade. You want to take away all emotion, good and bad. Because if you have the good emotion, I'm telling you, you will get greedy and there will be too much good emotion. And that causes fear. So you want to get rid of all this, all this clutter on the outside, and then you want to realize that you need to way lower your risk. If you're trading on a funded account and the maximum drawdown is $2,000, go on your little trading, go on TradingView, right? And if you're trading the minis, however many contracts you trade on the minis, simply go to the micros and trade 10 times less. And you're going to be like, well, I'm making like $300 a trade now. I'm making nothing. Good. If you couldn't handle making a ton of money, then you obviously shouldn't be trading that much money. You need to lower your risk and realize that I'm trading way too much. I'm not used to this kind of money. This money is not normal for me. I can't even handle making this much money. If understand that you can't handle making that much money, you shouldn't have it. You don't know what to do with it. You're going to end up, if you even make it, you're going to end up spending it on something that's not worth it anyways. Scale way down, trade micros, go one step at a time, and then eventually you're going to see yourself climbing, climbing, climbing. You're going to see that consistency curve start changing from going like this, and then like that, right? You're going to start seeing it go like that, and that, and that, and then you're going to end up up here instead of down here. That's what you're looking for, consistency. If you can build consistency in your trading, then I promise you that execution will become way easier. So, number one, take away all the friction, take all that away, all of it gone. Two, realize that your past has an influence on your trading and that mistakes just help you learn on your past, right? That's number two. Okay, and number three was understand that you need to way lower your risk. If you can master those three things, I promise you your trading will become way more consistent and you'll actually be able to execute. Okay, so now that we understand those three key points, now I have an exercise for you that's going to help you kind of tie all that together and create a lasting change in your trading. So, number one, first thing, get out your notebook, write down, okay, we have to see a 5-minute change in order flow. We have to be bearish on the 1 hour. We have to see a equilibrium retrace, and then we have to see a break-in structure or a inverse fair value gap out of that, right? All those technical, all those indicators, all that. Whatever it is for your trading style, write that down, right? And then underneath that, you're going to write 3 things that are like mental rules for your trading. So I'll only risk 2% of my account, right? So if you have a trading account that's $50,000, you're only going to risk $1,000 a trade, right? You're going to write that down. And then say your second one is I am focused in my trading, whatever, right? So you're not talking to other people, you're not doing whatever. Like in school, it's hard to trade because there's people talking to you, the teacher's talking, there's an assignment being passed out to you. It's very difficult. I've been there and I've done that. Stay focused in your trading. And then let's say your third one is only trade A plus setup. So you're only going to trade when all of these things show up all together, right? So you're not going to break that. You have those 3 things written down. You already know exactly what your setup looks like. It's all in this one piece of paper. And then at the very bottom of the paper, you're going to draw a box and you're going to have a W and a L, win and loss, right? And then you're going to put tallies for every win you take and every loss you take. But here's the catch. You can't just write down a win you took if you broke all these rules. If you broke the rules, you have to erase all your tallies and restart. And the goal is to get to 20. So every day when you're trading, you review this paper and you see, okay, I've got all my technical rules, all my mental rules, and then you can even potentially write fundamental rules if you want to. Like we have to be in a high time frame, bearish news type of time, right? Like so if the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates like they have in the past 3 months, I know that the majority of my trades are going to be bullish, right? You can write that down. But then at the very bottom, you're going to have the trades you take. So if you look at this every day and you're like, okay, the last 6 of the 10 trades I've taken are wins, and I'm up $3,000 on my account, then I must be profitable, right? You're going to know that you're profitable. And as time goes on, it's going to get easier and easier to follow this imaginary list that you've made, right? Because you're seeing the results in real time. And it's going to be very hard in the beginning because, say, your first trade you take is a loss, right? But you know, because you learned earlier, that making mistakes makes you a better trader, right? So this loss doesn't hurt you. You just simply journal your loss in a separate notebook, and you're like, okay, what can I improve on? And then you understand that I'm improving on these things. And you can even write those things for your mental goals or your technical goals, right? So after you have this whole paper and you've got this all set up, you're just going to trade 20 times. 20 times. You have to get 20. Just write out 20. You have, let's say at the end, you get maybe 14 wins and 6 losses. Perfect. You're profitable. You just made it. All you have to do is go and execute this a bunch more times now, and you have a ton of money. It's that simple. You're simply going to do that. And I say it's that simple because it gets really hard. It gets really, really, really hard because the human brain hates having to deal with pain, right? It's going to do anything to avoid pain. But in trading, you have to understand and take in pain and understand that it's part of the game and that risk happens and that when the moment I click this button, I'm accepting losing $500, $1,000, $300. I'm accepting to lose that money. If you can't just accept that money that it's gone, then you're risking way too much and you already failed step 2, right? Understand that, have your list, fill all that out, and I promise you by the time you get to 20 trades, you are profitable. Okay? I hope I helped you. Constructive criticism in the comments. Jeez. Feedback, all that. I love that. Uh, More videos will be coming next week for you guys. And I'll see you guys later.